Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we have the translations done by Zeta Kai himself. So shout out to him once again for the quick and on point translations for the OPOP video that got released earlier tonight. Now, real quick, I just want to mention and say a big thank you to everybody who showed up at the reaction stream, the reaction live stream that I had earlier tonight. It was a lot of fun. I was not expecting so many of you guys to actually show up. We had almost 400 people at one point, which is nuts. I've never had that many people. Like I've never even had 1/4 of that amount of people when I live stream on Twitch. So it's pretty awesome. It was a fun time. I had so much fun during that reaction stream, and I may actually consider doing those for future OPOP videos or OPOP releases. So thank you so much to everybody who came by. Thank you to all those who donated via super chats and to the new members as well. I greatly appreciate it. Again, I was not expecting that amount of love, and I just wanted to give a big thanks to everybody for coming by, reacting with me and whatnot, and with all this new stuff that's happening and that's about to be announced in JP, that's about to be announced and released in JP. It just made everything. It was overall a fun time. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'm eternally grateful. Thank you so much again. But anyways, though, with that being said, with that out the way, let's go ahead and look into what happened. What is it that we know so far with this whole new weapon tier, who our next BT Plus characters, which I think at this point most people already know who they are, and also with the new difficulty as well, because we have all of that info done by Zeta Kai. Once again, shout out to him. Big thank you for him. These videos would not be possible without his awesome work. Yeah, we have all of that in this video. So you guys already know. If you guys enjoyed the video, consider liking the video and subscribing for future Opera Omnia content. So let's first talk about the Force weapons. That is what they are officially called, Force weapons. So the concept is that they are crossover combination attacks. They replace EX weapons as the standard equipped weapon, so more than likely they have better stats than what the EX weapons provide to said character. Now, if by chance you have to pity this new Force weapon, it does cost, or you do have to go up to the 400 G token mark to be able to pick it up with your G token. So that equals to 100K in gems, which is a very hefty amount. And I feel like a lot of people may not like that. Now, when it comes to the rates, they do have the same rates as LD weapons. Now, with this, we got introduced to two new types of materials, with the new Force weapons. So we now have the introduction of the high power stones, which is needed to upgrade and fully limit break a Force weapon. Now, with these high power stones, you can create one by using 20 of the normal power stones that you get whenever you sell a weapon. 12 high power stones is required to fully limit break a FR weapon. Fully limit breaking an AFR weapon will give you 2 Force stones, and we'll get into that in just a second. 15K enhancement points is required to get a character to level 30. So with the Force stones and the enhancement points. So with the Force stones, they are being used in conjunction with the enhancement points to give characters additional stats. So 1 Force stone is required to increase the level up to 11, and this is part of the in the section where you go for the enhancement points. Actually, let me show you guys an image real quick. Hopefully, it doesn't look too bad on the screen. So this is the high power armor. The high power stone that you see right here, the image on the right, and then to the left is going to be what you get after you fully limit break a Force weapon. If let me double check behind myself. So those are the Force stones that you get after you fully limit break said weapon. And then when it comes to the character board portion of it, which is over, let's see what it's at. Here you go. So as you can see, there is going to be like a specific section which will which will give your character said additional stats. So with that, it is used in conjunction with the enhancement points to give character additional stats. So one force stone is required to increase your character's level up to level 11. 2 is needed to increase it to level 21, and then 3 is required to level 30, or to get them to level 30 in the enhancement points section of the game. Now I don't know exactly like what, or we don't know exactly like what stats are gonna get increased. All characters most likely will get different stats. So I guess once the character gets released, we will probably know what said character is getting with their force weapons and whatnot, and then the usage of the force stones. Excuse me. Now the force gauge, which is this little thing up here, this little blue image that you see right here, that is the force gauge that is going to be coming up in JP Dffoo. So with this, it increases whenever an enemy or ally acts, and if this reaches max, it allows the force ability usage, which is going to be, let's say, for example, for this right here. So as you can see right there, once it is fully maxed out, that now you're gonna start getting, I guess, like the bonuses out of the force gauge. So with this, excuse me, initially only it only has one use. But it can be used up to 2 times if it is enhanced. If the force gauge reaches max and the FR is used, it activates force time, which initiates an HP damage bonus, which is the image that I just showed you, which increases HP damage dealt. And the turn limit is also shown, and it ticks down only on the player turn. So basically what that means is that, like, for, let's say, for characters who deals like any type of like follow-up attacks after the enemy acts, like let's say shoot, what character comes to mind? I don't know, I can think of any character, but like characters who let's say like either act before the enemy or act after the enemy deals whatever it is that they do, then you can actually take advantage of the force gauge, and especially that big HP damage delta that it now has. Because I mean, as you can see here, like you're getting a 100, like for example in this image right here, you're getting an additional 120% HP damage bonus. So you can only imagine the amount of like extra damage that we're about to deal with our characters now. So there's many, there's a few ways that you can actually take advantage of that, but it does go, what was it? Yeah, it does go down only on the player turn. Now the force time HP damage dealt can exceed the cap. So whatever cap that you already have, this force time will actually push even further beyond what you are already capping. Now the force gauge effect activates if the gauge is at 80%. So you don't have to fully get it up to 100%. So once you get it to 80%, you're good to go. Now for the new difficulty is called Shinryu difficulty. Now with this, the enemies will also have force gauges. So yes, even they will be able to counter us. And these enemies, they may have different type of force gauges. We just don't know just yet, because no content has been released yet. All of this new content will start off late tomorrow night as I'm recording this video. Now, another important thing about this Shinryu difficulty is that there was no Lufenia-based special countdown. So yes, there was no Lufenia orb in this new difficulty. Enemies will also be able to use force abilities and can utilize force time, which means that they will have the ability to they most likely, but again, take this part with a grain of salt, but like they can either also get HP damage up, or they might get different things. You never know. Again, it depends on, I'm gonna assume it depends on said enemy. If the enemy force gauge reaches 100%, they will automatically use their force abilities, kind of, which, it's similar to the Lufenia orb attacks. Enemy force time will have no HP damage bonus. Oh, okay. So excuse me, I apologize for what I said earlier. I did not see that part right there. This, I'm like reading this all like fresh, I guess you could say, for the first time. Excuse me, that's the right words. So yeah, so they won't have no HP damage bonus, but they will also have force gauge effects. So, like I said, these enemies, or every enemy that we encounter that has the ability to use the force gauge, most likely will have different type of effects. Excuse me. A total of 24 stone shards, which equals to 1 force stone, can be obtained from one Shinryu stage. Now, I don't think there is a Shinryu plus difficulty. I'm assuming it's just regular Shinryu fight, and that's it. It doesn't seem like there's going to be like any plus versions, at least until, I don't know, they decide to like increase the difficulty again many months from now. One important thing to note is that with the Cosmos and Chaos, okay, so Cosmos quest, Chaos challenge quest, and Lufenia plus stages will be gone. The rewards will be added to Chaos/Lufenia stages respectively. Respectively, excuse me. There will now be missions to use 3 synergy and no friend support in Chaos/Lufenia stages. So what they're trying to do here is that they are trying to condense the amounts of like missions that each event, each story update, etc., etc. Or actually, no, the story update doesn't really count for this. So for every event, they're trying to condense, is from what I can tell, that they are trying to do, so that way we won't have like multiple missions and whatnot that we have to do to be able to get to like the final difficulty, which is the Shinryu difficulty, right? But it seems like with the Chaos and Lufenia stages that I guess they are adding now, they're kind of treating it like as if it was the Chaos challenge quest. This is how I'm taking it personally. So it seems like you need to have synergy characters for this, but we'll have to see once once everything is live on JP for which again will be live here in tomorrow night as I'm recording this video. So it to me it sounds like it that's what it sounds like to me, is how I'm seeing it. Now, regarding the enhancement points, this is going to be a big L for free-to-play players, and I am very sorry. I would have expected them to actually have done something for free-to-play players, and this is actually kind of disappointing, and I really do hope that they change this in like a later update or soon, actually. So with the enhancement points, seeing as how we now need enhancement points for said characters to increase their levels in the character boards and whatnot. So free-to-play players, they are not changing anything when it comes to the enhancement points for you guys. And again, I'm sorry. I don't mean to bring disappointing news. And again, I really hope that they at least decide to increase the amount of enhancement points that they give to free-to-play players. But for those who buy the Mark Pass, so for those who buy the cheap Mark Pass, you will now be getting 15k points. And then for those who buy the premium Mark Pass, which is the most expensive one, you will be getting 30k points now for every event that you tackle. Now, next up, and again, sorry, I don't mean to bring the bad news. When I'm only letting you guys know what is going on with the whole new changes and new content that is dropping for JP. Next up is going to be some of the stuff that was announced related to characters and events. So Act 3 Chapter 8 is coming to JP, which is being released. It's going to be the first event with this new level of difficulty and a new weapon tier. So the Force ability is an AoE HP attack, which is guaranteed to hit, and I'm assuming this is for the enemies. Will use powerful abilities during its Force time. Can use an insta-kill attack if at a certain amount of HP. So I'm assuming this is the Shinryu difficulty part that we're about to encounter. The generic floating eyes will appear as bosses. The force gauge effect is dealing HP poison, which increases up to 3 levels. If under a specific amount of HP, they paralyze the target if attacked. And then range force attacks will nullify the enemy force effect. So, okay, so we do have a way to be able to nullify their effect. So that way the fight won't be too painful for us to deal with. Now, when it comes to BT characters, Kain is going to be our next BT Plus character, and Warrior of Light is going to be the returning BT Plus character. Also, Warrior of Light, Mog, Penelo, Prompto, and Keese will be gaining their force effects from when this story update drops to JP Dffoo. Now, the FR ability to Kain is an AoE range Brave plus an HP attack. It's a party Brave heal based on damage dealt. It delays all targets by 1 turn, and it launches the targets, and it does have instant turn rate. Now, the effect from the FR ability, the party gets an HP damage bonus increase when dealing ranged Brave or launching the target. The BT ability for Kain, Dragoon's Pride, FR abilities can be used in a BT phase and will not affect the force time. And his BT attack is an AoE range Brave plus a single target HP attack that deals splash damage. The BT effect for the party gains Brave HP damage Delta, Stolen Brave Overflow, and HP damage cap up. And Kain is getting a second alternate costume, which is this one right here. This is his second costume that he is going to be receiving with the release of his BT/FR weapon. So just figured I'd show you guys that at least. Next up is going to be Krile. Krile will be getting her intertwined wills, and with this, she is going to be getting her FR ability called And Judgment, which is a party Brave heal based on her initial Brave, and based on initial Brave, excuse me. So it's not based on hers; it's based on your teammates and whatnot, their own initial Brave. And it's an AoE Thunder Magic Brave plus an HP attack. The force time effect to self after battering the party, it increases the HP damage bonus percentage, which was I'm assuming it's going to be this right here. Also for the party, increases HP damage bonus when dealing Thunder Brave damage. And during the force time, the party Brave heal by damage dealt via force ability on enemy/ally turn. And also Krile will be getting an alternate costume as well, which is going to be this one right here. And that is her FR weapon that she will be getting as well. So yeah, 2 new costumes dropping. This event, her intertwined wills will be dropping on November 4th. So that is that. Next up is going to be the character enhancement campaign. So this is actually not a bad time for those who are considering trying out JP Dffoo or is wanting to experience this new mechanic that is going to be dropping to JP. This is actually not a bad time to try out and play JP Opera Army. And if you do, I would recommend that you would make your account either as soon as you are watching this video or before the banners drop. Now, with this campaign, we are getting some free pulls. So for the Part 1, Act 3, Chapter 8, for those 2 banners, there will be a free multi. For the Krile Intertwined Wills banner, there will be a free multi. The Part 2 story update, there will be free multis on that. The 6 Warriors banners, there will be a free multi. There are 2 there are 2 banners for that one. We are getting another Intertwined Wills event, and that banner and the BT rerun banner will have free pulls. And then there is a raid boss event happening for the month of November, which will have that banner for whoever it is featured on that, and a BT rerun banner as well. The daily Gigantor will have 6 daily tokens, and 44 stones will appear in the exchange shop. So you do have another way to be able to exchange them. Now, I do not know how many tokens it requires to get one of these 4 stones. We'll find out once everything does drop. There is going to be a 30k enhancement points that will appear in the co-op shop for Act 3, Chapter 8, Part 1. And then there will be 3 times Psycho Quest, Last Word of Illusion, Carbuncle, blah, 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 blah. Also, players will be receiving 1 Force Stone and 4 High Power Stones and 1k gems as well. So some very interesting stuff. I know there's going to be, there's going to be big discussions, I know for sure, in the comment section below. Definitely around these Force weapons and the Force weapons, the Force Stones, and the Force Gauge. But definitely, I know people, especially my free-to-play players, I know there's definitely going to be some big discussions on the fact that they did not change anything for you guys so that you guys are able to get more enhancement points being a free-to-play player. I really do hope they change that. I really, really do. Because, like, the fact that, you know, free-to-play is only getting 5k enhancement points, that's not even enough to fully max out a character boards with just the LD alone. And the fact that, you know, with these enhancement points, they are going to be more, that they are more important now because of the Force weapons. You would think that they would actually increase the amount that free-to-play players who do not purchase the Mog Pass would actually get, which is, you know, again, I'm with you guys. Like, I want them to actually be able to increase it, like to be able to increase it to like 10k or something, right? So that way you have enough to max out a character's character boards at least, you know. You know, hopefully that gets changed later on. Hopefully the Japanese community who do live in Japan, hopefully they're able to say something, because that would really help out a lot of free-to-play players. Yeah, with that being said though, guys, let me know what you guys think on all of the stuff that has been dropped. And maintenance for JP Dffoo was pushed, because it would actually be right now that JP would be in maintenance, but they have pushed maintenance until tomorrow, the day on the day that all the content is dropping is when they're going to be doing maintenance. So they're going to be doing maintenance before all of the content drops, which will start around 8:30 p.m. EST. So I don't know if there's going to be showcases being shown tomorrow night or tomorrow or throughout the day. I guess we'll see and find out. You know, we'll see what happens. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below on everything that has been shown. If you guys do want to read over all of this info again, you're more than welcome to join my Discord server. That link will be down in the description below of this video. You know, come join me and everybody else, like the 400 or 500 people that we have in the server. And yeah. With that being said, though, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, consider liking the video and subscribing for future Upper Omnia content. Let me know what you guys think on everything that has been read. And yeah, take care, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one.